I actually wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to Boss Phyllis. Boss, if you're listening, please know that I always consider myself fortunate to be able to learn from you and from your experiences. And your advice and teaching has actually helped me to make it beyond what I imagine myself capable of doing or achieving things. And I will always be grateful for your valuable insights and as well as your teachings. You're actually the best mentor that I've ever met. And I'm so thankful that I become part of this community.
Thank God for bringing me here in this community and made Boss Phyllis as an instrument to finally achieve my longest dream to become a virtual assistant. And why Phyllis is God's instrument for me, because she got my back and I consider her as my backbone. If without Phyllis, I'm sure I am jobless now, or maybe I'm still working in a corporate world. So I'm very, very thankful to you, boss, for believing in me that I can still do better in this community. This training really changed my business life because Boss Phyllis training is one of a kind. A very unique community, like no one in online world having this kind of training, right? Would you agree with me?
So this coaching really fills in my emotional bank account, and it also helps me to be positive all the time. Hi everyone. My name is Marjoy Cornito. I work as a personal assistant with my teen. I'm helping him out with bookkeeping and now about data analysis and many more to come. Surprising task in the future. And there's something that she says that I really love and made me think that this is really the answer to my prayer, because she says that you will find your next best client who you don't have to sacrifice your religious belief. And it's what really happening. I'm working with Mateen, my client right now, who is very understanding, very positive. He even asked me what kind of task that I love to work on so that I will enjoy working on it every day. And especially someone who has the same moral standards as mine as well. I would like this opportunity to say thank you so much, Boss Phyllis, for not letting me go, for being patient for me, and to Miss Mo for all the trainings, and also to Jessa, my cousin, for being persistent and telling me to send my application here. I love you so much. And for this program, it actually changes a lot, especially with my mindset. I was actually very negative for these past few months. So this coaching really fills in my emotional bank account, and it also helps me to be positive all the time. And also, I love how the other VAs shares their skills. I would like to thank you so much for that, because your skills really helps a lot on me, especially that what I'm working right now is totally different from my previous job. So your shares are really appreciated. I really love it. Although it might be not connected to what I'm working right now, but I love hearing all of it and learning all of it. And yes, if I will be given a chance to attend the monthly coaching, I would really love to, because I would love to learn more. Thank you so much.
After getting hired and attending Phyllis's training, I learned to appreciate myself more. That thinking out of the box and bragging about your wins and stuff is not something to be embarrassed about, but rather something to be proud of. Hi everyone, I'm Camille and I work with Lani and Bless under Team Philip. I'm an administrative assistant, and what I do for my client is task management, time management, and relationship management. So I pretty much ensure that the day-to-day task and appointments and schedules of my client is running smoothly, and that we also push him to complete the task that he also needs to do for himself and the company. And then before the program, I never realized that such a supportive community exists in the VA industry. I've been working as a VA before, even before getting into this program. And based on the work environments that I came from, it's either lonely or toxic. And because of this, I am grateful and very much amazed that Phyllis was able to create this outstanding community of talented and bright-minded individuals, which I have been able to connect with as well as learn from. To be honest, when I first applied, I doubted whether I will get in. The interviews that I attended were also challenging since there were also very competitive applicants. So once you've passed those interviews, they guarantee that you are cream of the crop. And also I realized that they are looking for the best of the best. So just like what Ms. Monique mentioned earlier, there's like this 7 days probationary, and all throughout that 7 days, I was literally nervous whether or not I'll pass that whole week. So they really do look out for the best of the best applicants. I was even skeptical prior to attending the interviews because of the link that they sent over, but I braved it and took my chances, and I must say that it's the best decision that I have ever made. After getting hired and attending Phyllis's training, I learned to appreciate myself more. That thinking out of the box and bragging about your wins and stuff is not something to be embarrassed about, but rather something to be proud of. That if you want to succeed in this industry, you can't be shy, because shyness does not make you money. And most of all, I value the importance of communication. Greatness cannot be achieved if you don't communicate effectively. So that's something that I learned from and picked up from during the program. The program has also helped me in so many ways that I can enumerate them one by one for all of you. But because there's just a ton of them that I observed from Phyllis, let me just mention to you guys 3 things that has resonated to me the most, and that those would have to be that you have to be the Louis Vuitton for your client, a VA that is valued and irreplaceable, learn to fail forward. I've had my few shares in the span or in a matter of a month that I've been working with my client. I've encountered and I've made a few mistakes, and I've learned not to dwell in it, but rather to move forward and to just keep your chin up and continue to move forward. And that's something that Phyllis has also helped me learn through this training. And most of all, feedback is love. So whether or not that feedback is something good or something bad, like you need to take it constructively, learn to receive it and accept it. And now the next question is my message to my client. So my message to Philip, my client, is of course, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Know that when I say that I'm in it for the long haul, I very much am. I will not let this opportunity go to waste, and I will exert my best at all times in everything that I will be assigned to do to ensure the success of your company, and most importantly, your success as an individual. Because I believe that when you succeed, those around you will also succeed. Same goes, of course, for Emmanuel. Without him, he has trained us excellently and has supported us all the way. And without him, we wouldn't have learned everything we know now about the company and our roles. So, Eman, you rock. You rock, our mentor. And to Phyllis, Monique, Mary, and the whole team, Phyllis team, a humongous thank you to you all for developing this program and continuing to improve it, for helping individuals like me carve their way to success through positive mind setting and invaluable teachings that not only can we apply at work, but also in our own personal lives. Continue to touch, empower, and change lives. You guys, for me, are the modern heroes in this time and age, so thank you. To the SVA community, this opportunity is very rare, so grab it and don't let go. There's no other community like this, so do your 100%, or better yet, your 1,000,000% best to prove that you are a worthy member. Listen and absorb the learnings as much as you can. It's all worth it. Also, I'm grateful for the meaningful sharings and connections with everyone here, and I hope that the friendship that I have built within this community, and support that I gain from this continues to infinity and beyond. And lastly, if I have the chance to attend the VA coaching every Wednesday, you most certainly can count on it. So thank you.
I can taste your words. I can taste your I can taste your words. I can taste your
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Halloween. We are having a party with our company. A lot of people are dressing up, and I have not dressed up yet. So I will have to do that. So, how is everyone doing today? And we're going to be introducing you. Monique here, too. Yay. Monique, you wanted to show up and show us how amazing you look?
Yes, hi, happy Friday. Well, I just want to say I like the introduction. I like the testimonials and the that thing they're showing up. Yeah.
I know,
Hello.
right? Do you use a different contact lens today, too?
Yeah, I'm using a gray one. So
Very beautiful. This is why, the business is doing well because, Monique is always on top of it, with the hair, with the nails, with the makeup, with everything. And the key thing with everything here, whether you're a business owner or a virtual assistant, is to have fun, right? Fun is the number one thing because, again, whether you live you can choose, you're going to live your life regardless, whether it's happy or sad. So might as well choose to be happy. And that's why, Monique always give us the extra buzz.
yep.
So today, today's topic, just like what we said, hiring virtual assistant, right? Is it an attitude or skills? I think this is a great topic because, every time we interview people, this is always the challenge. It's a fine balance between, is it attitude or is it skills? For me, my preferences a lot of time is attitude, that characteristic that they have, because, to me, skills can be learned and trained, especially, right here, when you see Monique, Monique is a life example. When we first started this business, Monique does not know 90% of what she's doing right now. Am I right, Monique?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I think I've mentioned this a lot of times. I started doing. I started working with you just by. Sorry, I started posting Craigslist ads for you. I think that's solely my job at the time. But look at me now. However, though, there are actually positions that would require skill set, I think. But yeah, there are definitely positions that require the skill set. However, we still look at the attitude, always the attitude of the person towards work, or the attitude or the mindset of the person while we're doing the interviews as well. So we want someone who's very positive, right?
A lot of people were asking, right, what makes us so special, right? What makes our business so special? We focus a lot on mindset, and we will give them what you want, which is obviously the skill set. But the truth is, what they really need, as a virtual assistant, is really the mindset, right? The attitude. The attitude is already born. When we're doing the interview, screening, we make sure that they are, they have the positive outlook of themselves. They are not a quitter, right? They're always going above and beyond. Some of those quality is almost as like it's born. I just went to a spiritual retreat, and coming back, I realized I learned a lot about myself, right? I learned a lot about myself because I don't really take any drugs, smokes, cigarettes or anything like that. And then all of a sudden I went into a ayahuasca retreat with a lot of plant medicine. And I was scared every single day. I was worried, nervous. What are we doing next? But one thing that I realized that about myself is, even though I'm fearful, I am doing it anyway, because if I start, I always finished. There's never a time that I will just give up on it, even if it is really tough. So that is one thing I learned about myself, and I think that with that attitude, that's where it allows me to go further. And I also know that Monique has those attitude, those characteristic too. That's why she has been here for 9 years, because we were joking about it last night. How many times have I ever tried to to let Monique go? Am I right? Mo, you wanted to share some about that?
Yes, I think it's not, I think it's not like, okay, I'm firing you. It's those questions like, Monique, do you want to rest? Do you need some time off? Boss, no, I'm not taking a day off. I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to show up tomorrow. Yes, it's because, I think I mentioned this yesterday also, because I love, especially with what we are doing right now. I definitely love the mission. I love what we are doing. I think it's a win-win-win. It's we're making money out of it. We're helping the clients for sure, but on top of that, we're actually helping Filipinos get jobs. And not just that, it's a job that would allow them to be with their family. It's a job that would, you know they stay at home, live their life. So yeah, definitely love this mission. So I'm gonna be here whether you like it or not.
Right. And and we definitely love that attitude, that characteristic, right? Because sometimes we do let people go, and people are just like, okay, thank you, and then they just
Mhm.
leave.
Yep.
They don't really fight for it, or or even ask why do I have to, why do you let me go, right? How can I improve from it? I do also
Mhm.
notice that growth mindset is huge too, right? Because again, if you have the growth mindset attitude, then if something that you don't know, nothing wrong, just learn. Right, just learn and do it again, right? But with people that have fixed mindset, right, a lot of times just like, oh, I don't know how to do it, I'm not going to do it anymore, I'm going to quit, right? This is not for me, and they just have this inside voice that is in them all the time.
I agree.
Yes, and then when you come to skill set, again, it's a really tough balance, right? Again, I'm not saying that skill set is not really important. I do, every time we're looking for somebody, just like what we talk about, there's three things that we're looking for. Are you looking for somebody who is accurate, or are you looking for somebody who is creative? Are you looking for somebody that is communicative, right? Because if somebody is accurate, they are, that is the attitude, but at the same time, they can be able to grow their skill set based on accuracy. Everything that they learn, it's all about accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. But that is their core. Their core is they love accuracy driven things, right? But then when you're looking for somebody that's creative, most likely they are going to be like a social media person. They like to do video editing. They're more free flow, like they're just very free
Mhm.
kind of people. And then then you can look into, okay, what kind of skill set do they need? Most people like that, they usually have like the Canva skill set, video editing, and so on and so forth, right? And then the third time of people obviously is communication, right? So that means that they will answer your phone calls. They love talking to people, right? They love connecting with people. They're extrovert, right?
Mhm.
And then with those, right, then you can look into, okay, what kind of skill set do I really want them to have? And again, like I said, nowadays, YouTube is so popular, Google is so popular. If you want them to learn HubSpot, right? You want to learn them to learn Canva. You want them to learn how to use, how to put a video on YouTube. You're right. Everything can be easily learned, because just one more tutorials, doing it back to back, it's very easy to learn. Am I right, Monica? You wanted to support that?
Yeah, no, no, I totally agree. I just actually did a sales call yesterday. The person is actually looking for just one person, and he said he wanted someone who could do the bookkeeping and someone who could make phone calls as well. And I said, you're actually looking for two VAs, because usually if someone is doing numbers like you mentioned, accuracy, if you want them to be an accurate person like a bookkeeping, who's gonna do your QuickBooks, stuff like that, most likely they do not like to talk, right? They're not the one, because they just love numbers. They want their space, they just want to do numbers, accuracy, whatever those stuff. But if you want someone who's gonna do your sales calls, who's someone who's gonna call your customers, that's totally a different person. you cannot mix those two. So yeah, and also we are protecting our VAs as well, to be honest. It's because we don't want them to do something that they do not like to do, well, I am sure they're gonna do it. I am 100% sure because they want the job. I am sure they're gonna do it for the client. However, later on it's not gonna last. The VA will not last because she's not doing something that she really likes. If she's a bookkeeping, let's keep her doing bookkeeping. Let's have her do sales and analytics. Let's have her do something like that. But the sales part, I don't think we can have them do it. So yeah.
Yes, I totally agree. Monique is so beautiful today, right? She's always so beautiful.
Thank you so much. You are too. You have to wear your costume.
And I have to go out and buy something right now after this call, right? Um, so again, I realized that we're going into, again, obviously we have been doing this for a while, right? So we're very experienced into finding the right person for you. A lot of time at the very beginning, we already know whether they're going to work out or not, right? Because again, if they have their growth mindset, they know that they can learn, right? And they have great, amazing attitude, most likely they're going to work out. But if you're looking into somebody that have a ton of skill set, but they are just they're maybe a little bit arrogant, they think that they're just so good for themselves, then chances is most of the time it's not going to work out. We almost, it's like intuitively we already know whether they're going to work out or not. So again, when you're looking for somebody, right, you want to look into, okay, so with us, the number one, the very first thing that we do, that's why we have a questionnaire that people are filling out when they're applying for a job, is do they have good attitude? Do they have good characteristic? Do they have the grit, right? Have they been through a lot of tough times? So in that way, this is going to be one of the easiest things that they're doing, right? Then the second thing that you're looking into is, are they going to love what you want them to do? Am I right? Is it based on accuracy? Is it because it's they love to talk, right? Or is it because they're creative? And again, can we find somebody that can have like 2 or 3 of those criteria? Absolutely. However, that is obviously surface, right? So I think that the level, there's almost as like a 3 level in, right? If you want them to have all 3, absolutely. Obviously, there will be level 1, right? They everybody knows a little bit of everything, right? Or you can obviously in 2 deep, which is maybe 2 of that, maybe you want an accuracy but you still want them to be a little bit more creative, so it would be 2, right? But if you say, man, I really want somebody so good in accuracy, don't mess up anything, right, make sure that we cover and complete everything, then that's the 3rd level. That means that they can only know one thing and one thing only, which is they are just all about accuracy. They might not be communicative with you. They most likely is not going to do quote cards and all that for you. But if you want them to get things done, they definitely will get it done. You get what I'm saying? So that again, it is 3 levels. That's what I always say. Can I find somebody that can have 2? Sure, absolutely. However, if they miss something, right, don't blame them on it. Or if you say, man, I want somebody that is really communicative, at the same time do social media, and if their social media is not really doing as good, again, don't blame them or don't be like, oh, why are you not really that good? Well, because you are looking for 2 person profile type into one person, right? That's why they're not going to be able to dig so deep into it. You know what I'm saying? So again, that is what you wanted to look for. And again, like I said, skill set, to me, everything can be learned, because like I said, again, as an entrepreneur, I learn everything. Right, I learn everything online. I constantly take courses. The truth is, right now, I am actually at the Dan Kennedy magnetic marketing course right now. So I have 2 screen right here because I'm learning, because I don't know how to do, not that we don't know how to do marketing, but I just want to get another level and another level. So it's constant, never ending improvement. So can I? Constant, never ending improvement. And that is what we taught all the virtual assistants too. You have to constantly learn and never ending improving, because there is always another level. Yep. Right, everybody, if you are a virtual assistant, right, type it down below, right? Constant and never ending improvement, that is the can I, because there is always another level. Moni, you want to add something?
No, I think you said it all, boss. It's just on point. Yeah, I just totally agree with you. It's just it's with the VA. Sorry, my cat right there. Okay, but with the VAs, I think that the skill set, yes, we can learn, and but the attitude we cannot. It would take some time, or the mindset, it would take some time for you to learn it. So yeah. But again, yes, with the skill set that you mentioned, if you want someone who's very very accurate, and then you're gonna have them do sales calls. I think they can do it. However, they will not be as good as those someone who's really into who's into like a people person, right? So yeah. Yep.
I love it. I love it. Anybody have any questions for us? Or if not, we can go to the next topic. If I technically already drilled that in you, what kind of, should you be looking for skill set or, or attitude?
mm. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for us? You can type it down in the comment section, and we will answer them for you.
Maybe one thing while we're waiting, Monique, if you really think about it, right, the 9 years that you have been with us, what are the stuff that you have learned so far?
Oh, that's a lot. Well, again, I started with posting Craigslist ads, right? So after that, customer service. Of course, with the customer service, you have to learn the product. You have to learn how to, communicate with the customers. And after that, I learned how to figure out how to work on the cameras, put them online, right? Like the CCTV cameras. So yeah, and then I think after that we did real estate, which is really big which is really huge for me, because like doing the sales calls right now, it's just fun that actually what the client needs, right. The MLS, you can definitely relate with the documents. Okay, I need someone who can do the documents for me. Okay, so I can relate. Oh, so you need someone who could do the contracts for you, stuff like that. So, and I am also training the VAs, by the way, with the real estate trainings. And then what else? Yeah, right now we're doing this. I think with hiring the VAs, I can honestly say that it changed me for the better, because I wasn't this like loving, and well, I think I am a little bit loving right now, but I wasn't like this before. I am like the mean bitch before, like me, the witch right now. But right now with all of the clients that we have, of all of the VAs that we have, I think um I started to well, I like that I'm trying to build connection with them, since the trainings that we're doing. And I like that with the clients, you want to provide them the best. You want to take care of them. And if you're like mean, you cannot do that. Right. So yeah, I think this thing that we're doing right now, it's whatever mission that we have right now, I just love it, and it's changing me for the better. So
I love it. I love it. And and then we were gonna go over another questions. The next questions that I wanted to go over is virtual assistant. I think is actually assistant, a permanent job. I think that the correct answer is so in the past, what a lot of people actually known about, especially if you go to like Upwork and stuff like that, most of the virtual assistant think that it is a project based position.
yep.
It's a project based. You're only going to be working with them for a
Mhm.
year and 2 years maximum. It may be 3 months, maybe it's a project. And until I think me and Monique, coming in to do this, everybody's like, wow, really? Like, she has been with you for 9 years? I say, yeah. I thought that was the norm, actually.
Mhm.
And then I realized, the more that I talk to everybody, the more that I realized that It is not a norm. It's not a norm that's
Yeah.
a client is thinking as if, oh man, she can be with you forever, right? She's gonna work with you forever. Everybody just have the mindset, oh, they're gonna be with me for 3 months, 6 months. They're gonna not gonna be able to stay with me long. So then the attitude actually was different. You get what I'm saying? So I think that it's very important to know that, at least in our community, right? At least in our mindset, is we're looking for somebody that can work just as long as Monique does. 9 years, 10 years, growing old together. Because ultimately, it is a spiritual game, right? Regardless of what job you're in. And again, virtual assistant, especially from Philippines, they are as good as it comes. So why not? Why shouldn't we work with them forever, right? So Monique, you wanted to add something on that?
Yes, I think, in this relationship, boss, it's actually it's as they say, it takes two to tango, right? I can do so much, like, for you, but if you really do not want me to stay, I'm not gonna be. I mean, no one's gonna stop me from. Sorry, no one's gonna stop you from firing me, right? But I think it is because I think it is because you want me here and I want this job, and so we're here. And I think, it's yeah, if they're asking if it's a virtual assistant, is it a permanent job? Well, I can say most are not. It's because, yeah, the client is looking for you as a short term VA. But there are actually clients who's looking at you as a long term. And though, let's say, you are not at your best, they can still, you will have your shortcomings. They can still, they would still want you, something like that. And same with the VA. If there are times that you feel like you're not needed anymore, you kind of feel like sometimes the boss is not as, how do you say that, not as, they have their bad days and they say things that hurts you. You're not giving up. It's because you want to stay with them, and you understand that, you just understand that they just having a bad day. And if they're giving you feedback that hurts you, it just, I always think that, feedback is love. And the reason why you're sending me your feedback is because you wanted me to stay, you wanted me to fix whatever I need to fix, I need to be fixing. And yeah, you just want me to be the better me. So it's definitely a two-way street. It's not just me wanting the job. It should be also with you, boss. You looking at me as your long-term VA. So
Yes, I think that the intention, the mindset has to be there, right? Do you want, the question with other business owners is, do you want, right, a long term, employees? Do you want a long term partnership, right? I treat Monique and Mary as my partners. A lot of time they actually make the decision, not even me. They will tell me, hey, it's time to do this, it's time to do that, and I was like, yeah, I agree with you, let's do it together. I don't really treat them as if they are just my employees,
yeah.
people that just work for me, because then I will have to initiate a lot of things, right? Now, a lot of time they initiated it. They let me know what is the hole in the company that we need to, we need to patch up, right?
Mm,
Because I treat them as my partners, and they show up every single day because they know that they are needed. Not they are not just there, just for a job. While we're doing this together, it is a mission, right? I think because of that, it really make it a permanent job. And ultimately, just like what everybody said, it is a partnership, right? It is a relationship. It's not just a job. If you think that this is just a job, I'm just giving this VA to just do this task. Again, it doesn't work. Absolutely, it's the norm, right? We are just teaching you how to go above and beyond, so that your company is going to run really well. Because a lot of people is like, hey, Phyllis, how do you run your business so well, right? I went to a 9 days retreat. The company actually run really well. Actually, as a matter of fact, in sales wise, we have one of the best sales week. So I was like, oh, I can actually take more vacation, because I don't really need to be here. And
mm,
while I was not here, everybody step up, everybody ensure that the company is running the way it's supposed to. And you just have to ask yourself as a business owner, is that what you're looking for? I know most likely it is. Am I right? So then the question is, are you doing that? Are you expressing it to your VAs that, hey, I'm looking for a permanent position, right? When you're hiring them, hey, I'm looking for somebody that can be my partners, permanently with us. I think that is the huge difference between us and every other companies. That's the reason why, a lot of our clients really love us, because we immediately imprint that into their mind already, and letting them know that, hey, we are here, right? We are looking for permanent. And if you want to be like Monique, who has worked with me for 9 years, right, then do what needs to be done so that you can be permanent. And I think it's good, because everybody is like, oh, now I can see the possibility, right? Now I can see the
Yeah.
possibility. So I am going to do that too. But just like what Monique said, it is a two-way street. If and again, all the VAs that is listening to here, I love you all, right? Again, you need to also let your client know, hey, I'm looking for a permanent job. I would like to grow old together with you. I would like to get to know you. How many children do you have, right? I love you very much, right? We just run a class this Wednesday, and then we took that opportunity to tell all the clients that, hey, we love you very, very much, right? Thank you so much for giving us that opportunity. And then we get an overwhelming response back from the client. Oh man, I love you too, because now we are melting each other's heart. It's not just about business. Hey, did you get this spreadsheet done, right? Did you get this accounting done?
Yep.
Oh,
Mhm.
this is so sweet, right? Oh, I love you too. And again, I cannot stress it enough. Business, a job, whatever you're doing, it is a spiritual game. So it's all about feelings sometimes, and we just have to make sure that we really build that relationship.
Always, always. I always tell the VAs as well, don't just log in and log out. It's don't just logging in, doing my task, okay, logging out, taking my break. It's if you really want to stay for your client for such a long time, one thing that you really need to do is build that relationship with them. Because if hard times will come, and again, you're not always at your best, right? There were times that you would go through something, personal issues, and one thing for sure is you're not gonna be at your job. You're not gonna be at your best at those times. But if you have built that relationship with your client, and I'm speaking at this what do you call it? By experience with Phyllis, yeah, you will stay. She will let you stay because she just understands you. It's because you have already build that relationship together, and she's just not gonna fire you that fast. It's because she will try to dig deep into what are you feeling right now. Are you okay? What's happening? What's going on? Is there something that I can help you? Is there something that I can share with you so you don't feel as bad as you are right now? That you will only get that if you have built that relationship with your client. If not, okay, I'm not gonna show up for 2 days. Let's just fire this VA. She did not show up for 2 days, because that's all they know. It's okay. No one's gonna do the task that this VA is doing. Let's just find another one. But if you have built that relationship, those tasks. Okay, I think I do not need them as much, or maybe I can have someone do that for now. When she comes back, she can continue doing what she does. The relation. That's the relationship is that was sorry. The relationship would be that good that it actually works for both of you. So yeah.
Yes, and I love what Keisha actually said, right? As a VA, we also have to make sure to share our personal joy and event
Yeah.
to our social, channels in Slack. I think that is huge, right? Again, if you don't tell, we don't know, right? If you don't tell, we don't know, right? It's on both end. I don't know what have you done. I don't know what wins you have, right? What you have improved on, right? So it is your job to let us know, as a VA, to let us know what is going on. And then the same thing, on the other hand, we need to tell you too, right? What are we thinking? What is the win as a company? So now we can celebrate wins together, right? And I love what Eleanor also say, right? Like what we talked about, emotional bank account.
Emotional bank account. Yes. I
Yes,
love
Eleanor,
it.
you have been attending our classes. I love it, right? So the key is, yes, you have to make sure that, we have, the emotional bank account, to be filled in. It's always going to be positive. When it become negative, that is when we will get let go. Again, I have a conversation about that, yesterday with one of the VA. The key is, if you really want the job, right, then it will be your job to make sure that the emotional bank account is always filled up, right? Always filled in, right? It's not your client's job to fill it out, even though it is, but ultimately, who wants it more, right? If you want the job more, then it is your responsibility. The good news is, obviously, it should be both sides. I'm not saying that it should be your job or their job, but again, you are, and if you, as a VA, if you're the employee, right, you want, you really love your boss, then fill it in yourself, right? And then as a boss, if you really love the VAs, hey, fill it in yourself, because then whenever things are tough, right, whenever it's needed, you can always withdraw. Okay. But again, if you don't tell, we don't know, right? So make sure that you always have open communication with your client.
And always build that relationship with them as well. Again, how are you gonna tell them about it if you guys are not talking? If you guys are not trying to build that relationship, right? So you can actually start with just saying, "Hi, boss. How are you doing today? Are you feeling good?" Okay. Or if you feel like sometimes they're not in a good mood, you can ask them about it. How can I make your day better? Right. So just something like that, not just his my client is having a bad day, I'm just not gonna talk to him. Don't be like that. Right.
Because everybody need a push, and everybody need more love, right? Just like what we always
Yes.
tell you, we love you, because it is true. Thank you so much for allowing us to give you the opportunity to test out virtual assistants, because again, they're beautiful, they're amazing, they're outstanding, they're very understanding, they're very loving, right?
Yep.
So thank you for allowing yourself to have a chance to try it out or think about it even, right? And obviously all the VAs, thank you again, for always going above and beyond, showing them that, man, virtual assistant is it, right? So in that way, more and more people are going to use virtual assistant, so that more and more people can stay from home, right? Stay at home, make good money and raise their children, spend time with the family at the same time, right? So I think that is what we have for today. Monique, do you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think that's it. I think it was a great topic. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you for the love that you guys are sending. And thank you for the comments as well. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week.
Yes. And next week, we want to just give you an open loop, right? Next week, we're going to be going over, how to fail forward. How to fail forward, with your virtual assistant, how to fail forward with your clients, right? And then we're gonna have a special guest. I think Jonaline just volunteer herself to be on the call together with us. So yay, right? If any one of you guys are interested, please let us know. We would love to get you in here. So next week we're gonna be talking about, how to fail forward, especially if you are a control freak. Okay. So, stay tuned. We will see you next Friday. And life will never be the same when you use a virtual assistant. Ultimately, virtual assistant, if you build a virtual assistant team, they will ultimately allow you to, to create more time for yourself, make more money, have more impact, and ultimately create the ultimate freedom that you desire. And think about it. What does that mean? You can actually sit next to the pool, drinking a pina colada, right? And do your business or not, because again, your VAs will get all that work done for you, and you know that they are very loyal to you, and they will make sure that nothing is going to go wrong. Anyway, we love you all very, very much. Mwah! Have a happy Halloween and have a great week. Bye-bye.
I want to share with you that I really think Phyllis's service is really going to help you. Hi everybody, this is Olivia Gong. I am the founder of OLIT Coaching. Also would like to share with you my experience.
She has really hugely helped our business. What does Phyllis do? Well, she helps find virtual assistants. My name is Mishkin Bertigue. I am the CEO and co-founder of Bertigue Consulting. We help organizations with execution, adaptability. We really focus on, the folks in middle management who are really stressed out by, conflicting issues with, executive direction and results that they want, and then the staff at the other end who are, struggling and really find their working environments frustrating. Have been running this business for a long time, and honestly, one of the things that's always been an issue for me is capacity. How do we get all the things done that we need to get done? And so a few months ago, I came across and heard about from my wife actually, about Phyllis Song and her way of helping businesses with virtual assistants. I want to just give huge thanks to Phyllis Song and her team. Phyllis does amazing things. She has really hugely helped our business. What does Phyllis do? Well, she helps find virtual assistants for you. Honestly, Phyllis's service was incredible. So what did it look like? Basically, she asked me what kinds of support that I needed in the business, and I described a few different things. For my business, that included I needed an executive assistant to help me out personally. I also needed someone to help with sales and customer support, and I also needed a couple people to work on social media marketing. Phyllis posted some listings for some positions. She did some ton of screening interviews, and came up with a small set of candidates. I participated in the final group interview and found some amazing individuals to help our team. And when I started this process, I wasn't sure what it was going to look like. How would they interact and stuff. But when I did that screening interview, the thing that really came across that was amazing, and which I didn't really expect. We all have kind of prejudices, right? I had this kind of expectation or prejudice that I was kind of hiring like robots, people who would just, get trained, take some tasks and do them. But when I was doing that interview, that final interview, I realized these are incredibly talented people who have a variety of experience, depth of experience, and that they really need to be full team members. So it's getting close to 2 months ago, we hired 4 virtual assistants. They started, we integrated them with our team. Yes, of course, we had to do some onboarding, but Phyllis helps with that too. So Phyllis has this amazing training program that she does with all the new virtual assistants. It's part of the package that she offers, and they are fantastic. I just cannot speak highly enough about how much of a huge difference Phyllis has made for the business that I'm in. People who are in executive or senior leadership roles, they already know this, that you need leverage. You need to leverage your time, you need to leverage your money, to do amazing things. And this is one part of that strategy of leverage that I highly recommend to everyone, and specifically get in touch with Phyllis Song to help you with this. I am constantly recommending Phyllis to people that I talk to. So really strongly, 100% stand behind her. Amazing.
I want to share with you that I really think Phyllis's service is really going to help you. Hi everybody, this is Olivia Gong. I am the founder of OLIT Coaching. Also would like to share with you my experience working with Phyllis and her team. It has been